Hello everyone, welcome back to YK Reviews and welcome back to another weekly entertainment news video. We got tons of updates to go over, so let's get straight into it here. Now before we get started, I just want to apologize, I'm not going to have high volume when it comes to the video, or the audio may not be as great just due to the fact that you could probably already tell, my throat is absolutely fucked, to be completely honest with you. I am feeling like I'm on my deathbed. However, because I reached 300 subscribers, and honestly I'm so grateful, so appreciative. Thank you everybody for subscribing, liking, watching these videos. It does mean the world to me. And with the fact that I did reach 300 subscribers earlier this week, I am pushing myself to try and make this video, try and do the weekly entertainment news videos, just to bring out the content for you guys here. So again, I apologize that the video may not be the best, or the enthusiasm might be slightly dampened when it comes to certain news story here. So just bear with me. And of course, if you are new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing, because we do these weekly entertainment news videos every week. Most of the time I'm not sick, so you'll get better content or better tone when it comes to the videos here. So definitely consider subscribing, and of course timestamps will be in the description down below. So if there's anything that you do want to check out, anything you're more interested in, timestamps will be in the description down below here. But we'll get started, because the first trailer I do want to talk about actually here, when it's not really movie related news here, and this isn't a gaming channel, but of course one of the biggest non-movie trailers that came out was GTA 6, and I just want to give my quick thoughts, because the trailer just looks absolutely incredible. The visual style, the map, I just think this looks absolutely fantastic. We're going to be following this sort of Bonnie and Clyde type storyline, which I'm honestly all for it. It looks like it's going to be more of a social media approach when it comes to the side missions possibly here. I will note that one particular sequence of this woman twerking on a car just absolutely blows my mind, in terms of the realism of how everything looks. Even the non-playable characters and the side characters or the background characters just look incredible. And the fact that this is coming out in 2025 already has it as my most anticipated game of that year. Love the Vice City vibes to it. It just looks overall an immense, intense, incredible, visually stunning looking game, and I'm really cannot wait to see what this game is going to look like, how it's going to play. So yeah, if you have seen the trailer, please let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Do you think you'll be checking this one out? Do you think you'll be playing this game? Do you enjoy the trailer? Let me know in the comment section down below. Now, in terms of the biggest trailer that came out when it comes to the movie side of things here, that one of course was Godzilla x Kong, which honestly by the time of recording this, which honestly feels like a million weeks ago, but the Godzilla x Kong trailer did come out, and again with this one, looks visually stunning. Loving the memes that was coming out of this trailer too, with Kong having the Infinity Gauntlet to help Godzilla take on the big bad of the movie. Now, I'll be completely honest with you, in terms of the trailer, in terms of the movie, looks absolutely fantastic, and I'm all for it when it comes to the Monsterverse, the Titans. Just seeing that one scene of having Godzilla and Kong running together just looks absolutely epic. But you see the human characters and the human side of things here. Now, after watching Godzilla -1, I'll post a link somewhere around here of my review, you can check that out. I mentioned that the human characters, the human aspects, was such a beautifully written, well diverse story when it comes to that movie. And when it comes to the Hollywood side of things here, you have such a night and day difference when it comes to it. I see these characters, but I genuinely don't remember, other than the little girl when she had that connection with Kong, I genuinely don't remember what these human characters did in the previous movie. So you just feel they're, again, side characters that you just hope the focus isn't going to be on them. But other than that, when it comes to Kong, Godzilla, even a mini Kong in there, it just looks overall a really great, fantastic, action-packed movie coming out next year. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. So again, if you've seen the trailer, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Are you excited about this? Do you think you'll check it out? Okay, now for the next news story / trailer we've got here. So in terms of the first side of things here, we had the Game Awards earlier this week. Now, I'll be completely honest with you, it was just dragging on for a long time, and at that time, getting my kid ready for his dinner, giving him a bath, getting him ready for bed, so I didn't really have a chance to check out the Game Awards. And whenever I was checking it out, I see a couple of trailers here and there. The Last Rona looks fantastic. Really excited to be playing that game when it does come out. But then once I saw this trailer, and this of course is referring to the Blade, Marvel's Blade, I'm seeing the trailer, I'm thinking, okay, we was in this barbershop, and then once he revealed Blade as a character and the game by Bethesda as Blade, I'm all for this here. Like, you've got Spider-Man, you've got Wolverine, now you've got Blade. There's going to be a Captain America Black Panther game coming out as well, and even an Iron Man game. Like, Marvel are really stepping up when it comes to like video games here, and honestly, I was not really expecting this to be coming out. I never was expecting a Blade game, but I'm so down for it. Now, with it being from Bethesda, I'm not sure if it's going to be available for PlayStation or if this is just like an Xbox exclusive, because they are known to be associated with Xbox. I hope that's not the case, but if it is, like right now I've got the PlayStation 5, so if this is coming out on Xbox, I might have to start buying an Xbox just for this, because there are some great games on Xbox, don't get me wrong, but I've never had like a PlayStation and an Xbox at the same time there. It's always been one or the other. But with this coming out on Xbox, if this is just Xbox exclusive, I'm buying that Xbox because I really do want to play it. But it's so awesome to see that we are going to be getting a Blade game. So when it comes to the video game side of things here, if you have seen the trailer, if you heard about this, what are your thoughts? Do you think you'll check it out? Will you be playing this game? If you have PlayStation and this is an Xbox exclusive, will you be buying an Xbox? Let me know in the comment section down below. But as we're continuing when it comes to the Blade side, when it comes to the movie side of things here, we have got sort of a positive update when it comes to the movie now. It does feel like the game is going to come out before the movie, which honestly sounds ridiculous. But Mahershala Ali did give an update when it comes to the movie side of things here. So this is coming from The Variety, saying here, after huge Blade overhauls, Mahershala Ali says he's sincerely encouraged by where things stand and who's on board to write and direct. So in the article, it's saying here that Marvel first announced the project at Comic-Con 2019, which just sounds so ridiculous here. Director Basim Tarek came on board to helm the project in July of 2021, with Stacey Osikoff writing the script. Apologies if I butchered that name, but he exited the film just over a year later, and with only 2 months to go before cameras were set to start rolling. By then, Marvel had already set a November 3rd, 2023 release date for the Blade. The release was then delayed to September of 2024 as a result of this. Then they got Jan Demange, again apologies if I butchered that name, was brought in. Rumours of overhauled script plagued development as a Hollywood strike put a pause on the prep. Marvel then bumped the release again to November 7th, 2025, and then hired Logan and Alien Covenant scribe Michael Green to write the movie. And then Mahershala Ali commented here saying, "We're working on it. That's the best I could tell you. I'm really encouraged with the direction of the project. We'll be back to it relatively soon. Sincerely encouraged in terms of where things are at and who's on board and who's leading the way as far as the writing of the script and the directing and all that." Which honestly to me just sounds really, really positive here, because there was even rumours and speculation that he was possibly going to be exiting the role and possibly leaving the Blade movie, which I guess you could take it with a grain of salt, because he was the one that initially presented this project to Kevin Feige. I didn't think he was going to exit it, but with this production nightmare that has been going on with Blade, it's good to see some more encouragement on this, and that they are going to be working again, that everything looks positive with him. Mahershala Ali is saying that they are moving in the right direction. That does give me hope there. So possibly with this being aligned with the Blade video game, it could be coming out around the same time, 2025. But overall, I'm just glad to hear that there is some positive when it comes to the Blade movie. So you hear this, what are your thoughts about this? Let me know in the comment section down below. Okay, now for the next news story here, we've got just a quick announcement when it comes to like a project movie that people are going to be working on here, and I just wanted to bring it to attention. So we've got coming from the deadline here saying Diego Boneta, Al Pacino, Kiki Lane, and Zolo Maraduena among those starring in Killing Castro from director Afe Rivera and Romulus Entertainment. And if you're wondering what the movie basically is about here, it's based on true events. The film is set in 1960, shortly after winning the Cuban Revolution. Fidel Castro travels to New York City to deliver his first speech to the United Nations. When met with hostility at his original hotel, Castro meets Malcolm X, who invites him to stay over at a famed Hotel Teresa in Harlem. With the eyes of the world watching, a rookie undercover FBI agent originally assigned to investigate Malcolm X suddenly becomes the FBI's most valuable asset and is tasked with keeping Castro from being eliminated by the CIA and the Italian mafia by any means necessary. Now that plot and premise has just completely hooked me in when it comes to this movie, especially with the cast too. Like, you've got Blue Beetle in there, you've got Al Pacino in there, you've got Diego Boneta in there. Like, this is one movie I am really, really pumped about. Like, I remember in history class, like I loved learning about history and stuff like that as a kid growing up, and just hearing like all these events from the past, and just hearing that this is like based on like true events. It's past like the Cuban Revolution and all that stuff. Like, this really does sound like it's going to be a great watch and a movie to not miss out on. So I wanted to give some exposure to this movie. So like, If you haven't heard of this, definitely keep an eye out on this radar if you do like these type of like history type of movies and you hear this premise and you hear this plot. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think this is one you'll check out? Will you give it a complete miss? Let me know in the comment section down below. Okay, so for the next news story here, we've got an update when it comes to The Last of Us Season 2. So coming from the Variety, saying here that Craig Mason reveals February start date for The Last of Us Season 2 during the Variety's night in the writer's room. So confirming here that Season 2 of The Last of Us will start commencing on February 12th. So basically filming and everything like that. Production is going to start working again. And then HBO released like a small clip of like all their upcoming projects. A couple of those we'll be diving into later on in this video. But they have confirmed that when it comes to The Last of Us, they are planning on releasing it in 2025. So it looks like next year, basically in a couple of months' time, they're going to start filming Last of Us Season 2 and have it ready to be released in 2025. Pedro Pascal is just going to be jam-packed busy with like back-to-back projects because you've got The Last of Us Part 2 here, you've got then Fantastic Four working on with Marvel side of things here. But when it comes to like The Last of Us, like Season 1 really had an enjoyable time. I loved what they did with Season 1 and really curious to see how they're going to do it. Like there has been rumors, speculation that Season 2 is going to be not the whole of The Last of Us Part 2, that it's going to be split because there's just so much to cover when it comes to Season 2 or when it comes to Part 2. So we should start seeing some set photos, we should start seeing some clips here and there going online when it comes to like the filming. I believe they're going to be filming in Canada, like for Season 1 they filmed it in Alberta. I believe when they were talking about Season 2 they were going to be talking about filming it in BC, which is where I am currently. So if they are still sticking with BC, I will find the locations, I will take the pictures of the set photos, have it exclusive for this channel for these weekly entertainment news videos. So definitely another reason why you should subscribe to the channel. You'll get exclusive set photos. If I am able to find the location, I'll start sneaking in some set photos, some filming of the movie there. So subscribe, don't miss out on that there. So you see this release date coming out 2025, filming set to begin in 2 months time. What are your thoughts are about this? Let me know in the comment section down below. Now speaking of Season 2s, we've got confirmation here when it comes to Twisted Metal, the one with Anthony Mackie, Stephanie Beatrice and Samoa Joe. We have got confirmation that Season 2 is going to be happening when it comes to Twisted Metal. So coming from the deadline, saying here that Twisted Metal scores Season 2 renewal at Peacock. So Anthony Mackie, who was at the Game Awards, did announce that Season 2 is going to be in the works, and they showed like a small little teaser. I'll be honest, I've yet to check out Twisted Metal. I'll be completely honest, I'm behind with a lot of movies and shows currently right now. There's just been something I've been working on since March of this year. That video is going to be coming out possibly in 2 weeks time around Aquaman's release date, so definitely keep an eye out on that. And so I've just been really behind when it comes to a lot of movies and shows. So Twisted Metal is one I definitely have on my radar. I've been hearing a lot of positives when it comes to this show, a lot of like great moments in there, especially with like the cast of Stephanie Beatrice, Anthony Mackie, who even had a couple of scenes with like Nev Campbell in there. So it sounds like it's one of the better video game adaptations here. So with it being having a Season 2, it definitely sounds like they have got faith when it comes to this project and that the reviews have been coming in good. So let me know in the comment section down below, are you glad that they are having a Season 2? Did you enjoy Season 1? Let me know in the comment section down below. Okay, now for the next news story, we have got an update when it comes to the Ocean's 11's prequel movie. This is the one starring Barbie and Ken, Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling in it. So it's saying here that Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling will star as the parents of Danny and Debbie Ocean in Ocean 11's prequel. Set during 1962, the Monaco Grand Prix, the film follows a couple as they teach their children how to steal from the rich. Now, I'll be completely honest with you here. In terms of like the casting, having Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling, based on their performance with Barbie and their chemistry together, this sounds like a huge hit. If you're not aware, Ocean's 11 is my favorite movie of all time. I've watched that movie countless times. It's just one movie I always like. Heist movies is one of my favorite genres in movie industry here, and so when it comes to Ocean's 11, I just love the twists, the turns. No matter how many times I see it, I always enjoy the heist aspects of it, and of course the cast. Chef's kiss when it comes to like the casting choice in there. So I was a bit weary when it comes to them doing a prequel from Ocean's 11. Now, with it being the parents of Danny Ocean and Debbie Ocean, I'll be completely honest with you, you've not seen the Ocean's 8 movie. I just never got around to checking it out or anything like that here. So just doing the research, I had no idea that Debbie Ocean from Ocean's 8 was related to Danny Ocean, who is played by, of course, George Clooney. But I am definitely curious to see how this is going to be portrayed. So, of course, like since it is going to be a prequel, you're not going to see George Clooney or Sandra Bullock in there at all. But with it being, again, a heist type movie, they're going to try to teach their children how to steal because Of course, you would as parents. That's like rule 101. Always teach your children how to steal. Life lesson, of course. I am genuinely curious now because, like I said, after watching them in the Barbie movie, they really blew me away with their performances and their chemistry here. So with them touching a prequel to my favorite movie of all time, I am very weary but slightly more optimistic with this. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you are Ocean's 11 fans like I am, what are your thoughts are about this? You hear this being prequel, you see this plot synopsis here. What are your thoughts are about it? Let me know all of that in the comment section down below. Okay, now for the next news story we've got here, it's an update when it comes to the Friday the 13th prequel series. Again, another prequel. Now, if you weren't aware, Friday the 13th, there has been a lot of rights battle and stuff like that when it comes to the franchise. The best thing that we're getting is a prequel TV series. Now, last year, Brian Fuller announced that he's going to be part of the project, said that it is going to be coming with A24 as part of Peacock, and that the streaming service is going to be setting it up for a TV series here. Now, we honestly haven't heard anything in a long time here, but somebody asked Brian Fuller over on social media, basically saying here, Brian, are there any updates on the Crystal Lake? And then he replied, we have resumed work post-strike and will be shooting next spring and summer presumably. So it looks like this is the next and closest update we have got when it comes to the prequel series. It looks like that they are going to be working on it. Filming is going to be set, so spring, summertime, I guess you could say between May to August as part of like the filming of the series. But by that logic, we most likely will be seeing it possibly 2025, maybe earlier 2026, who knows, but they are definitely moving forward with it here. We are getting that series, we are getting the prequel Crystal Lake show as part of Friday the 13th. That honestly brings me a huge smile to my face here because I've been wanting something when it comes to like Friday the 13th. I recently just did the Friday the 13th tier ranking video for October. I'll post a link somewhere here. You can check that out. I had such a good time with like watching the movies. Of course, there's some hit and misses in there. Overall, you just get a lot of enjoyment when it comes to Jason Voorhees, and it just feels like it's been ever since we've seen Jason Voorhees, the hockey mask. Now, this isn't going to be that kind of show because obviously it's a prequel from the events of the first movie here, but just something to do with Friday the 13th is all I'm asking for. So you see this update, you hear this update. What are your thoughts are about this? Are you excited? Are you worried? Will you be checking it out? Let me know in the comment section down below. Okay, now in terms of the next news story, we've got an update when it comes to the Coyote versus Acme movie. Now, it just feels like this is just like lingering for a long time here, but we sort of have kind of an update when it comes to this here. So the last time we've heard is that HBO is no longer going to be scrapping this for tax purposes. Thank fuck for that, because David Zaslav is a piece of shit, and whoever's like making these decisions is just an absolute moron here. But it's saying here that Netflix has expressed interest in acquiring the Coyote vs. Acme movie, but offered less than half of the $70 million budget cost. Talks ended there, and it is unknown if Warner Brothers is speaking to any other potential buyers. And then it continued here saying that Paramount has made a bid for Coyote vs. Acme for a 2024 theatrical release. Amazon is still considering, but hasn't made a bid. Warner Brothers is playing hardball and are expecting to get more than $70 million for this film. So I feel like that's like what the sticking point is here, because Warner Brothers came out and made it perfectly clear that by writing it off for tax purposes, they're going to be making $30 million for the movie. So for them trying to sell it off for $70 million, when the studios know that $30 million is what was going to take for them to make money from this movie, so you could be offering them 34, 35, hell, even $31 million, and that will be enough for Warner Brothers. But again, with David Zaslav, for that piece of shit mindset that he has here, they're trying to sell it for $70 million because of the budget and everything like that, knowing full well the studios aren't going to be paying that much here. So it just feels like that is a sticking point here. Like Paramount wanting to release it on the big screen, which is what I want for this movie, because it does deserve to be on a big screen. Like, you've got Coyote taking on the Acme company because of the history of all of that. It just feels like it deserves to be seen on the big screen here. But with Warner Brothers playing hardball here, there is a slight worry here, because of course you have got Apple and Amazon also bidding. Like, Apple and Amazon have got the money to be able to afford the $70 million, but of course it's a question of if they want to pay or if they don't want to pay. Apple has plenty of money and they have good quality shows as well here. It's still just in the unknown right now when it comes to this movie. Like, I really hope we don't have to wait too long, because like I said, this movie really does deserve to be seen here. But we're going to see what's going to happen if David Zaslav is going to get his head out of his arse and actually like try to negotiate, or if it's just going to be stuck in a limbo here. We'll have to wait and see. But you hear this, what are your thoughts? Which studio do you want it to go to, and would you be checking it out if it does go out in theaters? Let me know in the comment section down below. Okay, now for the next news story, we're going to move on to some DC side of things here, because we have got some interesting news when it comes to like some updates. First, when it comes to like the Superman Legacy movie here, because coming from Daniel RPK, who is a reliable scooper, he has got stuff right in the past. Of course, he has got stuff wrong in the past, but he has got a decent track record here. So according to this, Supergirl will be appearing in the Superman Legacy movie, and they are currently casting the character, confirming Sasha Calle will not be portraying Supergirl in the DCU. Now, there's two sides of this thing here. First, in terms of Sasha Calle, I'm honestly disappointed with that. Like, she did a fantastic performance in the Flash movie. She never got a chance to shine when it comes to portraying Supergirl. But honestly, I can completely understand with like the whole reboot, like basically confirming none of the Justice League characters are coming back from like the Zack Snyder from the DCEU timeline here. So it's kind of understandable that Sasha Calle will not be returning as Supergirl. But the fact that she's going to be making an appearance in Superman Legacy now, Superman Legacy just seems to be like the centerpiece of everything going on. It kind of feels like Superman isn't going to be the main lead of the whole movie because of so many things happening here. I don't even think it's going to be Supergirl that's going to be appearing in the movie. I think it's going to just be Kara Danvers as her human self, of course, and it's possibly just going to be like one scene, one cameo, maybe even just like Clark Kent talking to her on the phone or something like that. So I don't think she's going to be playing a major role in this, but it looks like they are working on finding a role, finding the cast for Supergirl. So we might hear something in the next couple of months possibly of who's going to be playing Supergirl, because of course she is getting her own movie, Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, so we'll have to wait and see. But you hear this, Sasha Calle not coming back, Supergirl appearing in the Superman Legacy movie. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section down below, because that's not all. Because when it comes to DC side of things here, we also got some casting updates when it comes to Maxwell Lord in the DCU. So of course Maxwell Lord, who appeared in Pedro Pascal's version of Wonder Woman 1984. We have got confirmation here that Sean Gunn, James Gunn's brother, has been casted as Maxwell Lord in the DCU, and there's been a lot of like mixed receptions when it comes to this. Of course, like you've got people just bashing James Gunn for hiring his brother, and I'll be completely honest with you, I don't see anything wrong with that. If anybody like had a brother as a famous director, or if the roles were vice versa, they would do the same thing here. And it's not like he's going to be playing like a major role in any movies or anything like that. He's just going to be like a side character here. And it's crazy to think that you go from like Pedro Pascal to Sean Gunn as Maxwell Lord, especially after the performance Pedro Pascal gave in that movie in Wonder Woman 1984 there. But it's unknown when he's going to appear, because it doesn't know if it's going to appear in Superman Legacy or if it's going to appear in another movie. He might just be in the background or like a picture or something when it comes to Superman Legacy, but we'll have to wait and see. But you hear this casting choice, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section down below. Okay, now for the next news story, we have got an update when it comes to the Spider-Man Noir series. Now it feels like forever since we've been talking about this. It feels like it has been forgotten, but coming from the Variety, confirming here that Spider-Man Noir series at Amazon enlists the Punisher Steve Lightfoot as the co-showrunner. So the Spider-Man live-action Noir series is in the works at Amazon and has brought on Stephen Lightfoot as the co-showrunner, Variety has learned. So as previously reported, the untitled series will follow an older grisly superhero in the 1930s New York City. An individual with knowledge of the project says that the show will be set in its own universe and the main character will not be Peter Parker. And I'll be honest with you, this is one show I have been really looking forward to here, and it's just the fact that it is going to still be happening, and the fact that they got the showrunner from the Punisher, like the Netflix Punisher series, really has got me high hopes here. Set in its own universe, Peter Parker not being the character, this has the potential, with Amazon being attached to it, really has the potential to be a really great show. One of the most must-see shows that you can have. So I'm really curious and excited about this here. You see this, you hear this. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. You see the show is still happening. You see Steve Lightfoot being attached to this as well. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section down below. Okay, now for the final news story, we've got some update when it comes to Deadpool, like set photos for Deadpool. Now, just want to give a heads up, like there is going to contain some kind of spoilers when it comes to like who's being part of the project and like some Easter eggs and stuff like that that's going to show up in there. So if you want to just go in like a blank slate when it comes to Deadpool 3, then honestly I would just advise to click away, skip to the outro of this video here. If you are, thank you so much for watching the video as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. But for those of you that don't mind, because honestly I was scrolling through the timeline, it just basically flashed in my face here. if you don't care about spoilers in terms of like some characters appearing in the Deadpool 3 movie, then it has been showing up some set photos when it comes to like the Void world, when basically before the whole strike shows up with Wolverine and Deadpool fighting one another, we got more set photos coming out here. So in terms of the set photos here, you can see that Wolverine is fighting Deadpool, but then you've got an interesting character. You've got Sabretooth, who's being played by Tyler Mane from the X-Men movies, like the Fox X-Men movies. So you've got the set photo of Wolverine fighting Sabretooth here. You've got Deadpool holding his head, what it looks to be like. So it's basically confirming here that Sabretooth is going to be part of the Deadpool 3 movie here. And again, more set photos confirming, like you see here, Hugh Jackman standing there with like the sword right in his stomach, just hanging around with Ryan Reynolds and Sean Levy here. So we've got confirmation that Sabretooth is going to be coming back in Deadpool 3, but with more set photos coming out here, we confirm here that Toad will also be appearing in Deadpool 3. But then that's not all here, because then you get some more interesting things in terms of set photos. So you've got the cupcake van from Moon Knight. Yes, the Moon Knight cupcake van is going to be appearing in the Deadpool 3 movie. So again, this is coming from the Void planet here. So you see the photo, you see the van in the background here. And on top of that, we also get to see what looks like to be Red Skull's car in Captain America, like the first Avengers movie. So we see this vehicle appearing here. So it seems like a lot of like Marvel props are going to be showing up in the Void planet here. Now, when it comes to like these set photos here, this seems like it's all showing up in like one particular like sequence here. So I don't feel like it's spoilers for the whole movie, which is honestly why I'm not too bothered when it comes to this all popping up in my timeline here. But we do see some like Marvel props here, like the interesting one with Moon Knight's cupcake fan appearing here. But it just looks like a lot of like shit show is going to happen when Deadpool and Wolverine are in this Void planet. And then as the set photos continue to come out here, so you've got a set photo when it comes to a Minuteman, so if somebody from the TVA is appearing in the Void planet here. So this is of course when the TVA gets involved. And then you've got a really interesting prop here. So you've got Toad riding a Fantastic Four car. The Fantastic car, really interesting to see what is going on here. So you've got like multiple Marvel props appearing in this Void planet here. So there's Toad riding a Fantastic Four car, which honestly just seems completely wild here. But of course, with all these set photos getting leaked here, you had like a lot of like mixed feelings when it comes to people seeing these set photos, these spoilers basically coming out here. So Ryan Reynolds actually put out a post basically saying here, surprises are part of the magic of theatrical movies. It's important for us to shoot the new Deadpool film in real natural environments using practical effects as opposed to making the movie indoors and digitally. Telephoto lens continue to spoil surprises and create a difficult situation for everyone. Here's hoping some of the websites and social channels hold back showing images before they are ready. The film is built for audience joy, and our highest hope is to preserve as much of that magic as possible for the finished film and the big screen. Part of the reason people post spoilers is because they are excited. I realize these aren't real world issues and it's firmly in the good problems bucket. I love making this move. Now for me, one thing is just knowing that they're not going to be doing like all CGI and all that kind of stuff. Like if this was like any other Marvel movie, like Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, for example, if they're in the Void planet, it would all just be like digitally altered, like the floor, the ceiling, like all of that crap would just be looking so bad when it comes to like the visual effects. So I am kind of glad that they aren't doing that, and if they are going for like the practical effects. Now of course I am a little bit annoyed that like all these set photos are just popping up left, right and center here, but with these like minor characters, like I said, Sabretooth, Toad, TVA Minuteman appearing, like I'm not too overly fussed. If it was like Magneto or like Professor X appearing, I would have lost my mind, but thankfully that's not the case. With Deadpool 3, like I said many times here, this movie coming out next year, the only Marvel movie coming out, has the potential to really kick things off when it comes to like the MCU, just bring that enjoyment and excitement back. So you see all these set photos, you hear all of this. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section down below. Are you excited for Deadpool 3? Do you like this? Do you like the looks of these set photos so far? Let me know all of that in the comment section down below. And that about wraps it up for the weekly entertainment news video here. Again, thank you so much for your patience with me just feeling like absolute crap, trying to push through as much as I can with these videos here. But I want to know your thoughts of everything. Let me know all in the comment section down below. And again, don't forget to subscribe, like, hit the notification bell, share the video, all that YouTube stuff here. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. This is YK Reviews. Peace.